It is a blessing that sometimes just our presence can uplift, encourage, empower, and minister to others. There are some circumstances so devastating that no amount of elegant or profound words are sufficient in describing. And in those times, when words fall short, presence alone may heal, ease, and comfort.
What you reading?
I'm glad you asked. This is my reflection and introspection.
What's that?
Well, it is a platform specifically and intentionally designed to uplift, challenge, and inspire those who see reflection and introspection as tools to become better humans. This is done primarily through weekdaily inspirational messages.
Well, how can I be a part of that?
It's easy. All you have to do is follow the Instagram page, Reflection and Introspection, and click on the link in the bio where you can subscribe to the free daily email.
All right, cool. Let me subscribe.
And remember, uplift, challenge, inspire, and use reflection as a tool to be better.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go, yeah, we're trying to lighten your load. I know this week was tough, the devil put on the show, but oh, what he didn't know, yeah, God is on your side, and for this moment you were chose. Take that. We tough, yeah, but we tough. Made for this, who, we, us. So walk around with your mean mug, or sit back and kick your feet up. Heart is heavy, but the love is steady. Turn the volume up and get ready, cause the show is about to begin. Welcome everybody to 3-Day Weekend. Episode 4, we back, baby.
We back.
Yes, sir. We have an exciting show for you today. Shanika, give them the rundown.
On today's show, we'll be talking about the coronavirus vaccine. We're talking about James Harden and the Rockets. And we're talking about, are you proactive or reactive?
Yes, sir. And we also have an exciting special guest with us today that's going to play the game. You know, we always play a game at the end of the show.
I'ma win.
Okay, here you go. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Are you tired of wearing a mask?
Yes, I am tired of wearing a mask.
It's hard to breathe, right?
Yeah, it depends on what type of mask you have on and what you're doing.
Well, I may have some good news for you.
Okay.
The FDA takes key action in fight against COVID-19 by issuing emergency use authorization for first COVID-19 vaccine.
That ain't no news for me.
What you mean?
I'm not taking no vaccine.
Why not?
No.
You ain't gonna have to wear your mask no more.
No, it's not enough known about that vaccine. You don't know the effect. And then some people that they had started giving it to were having side effects. And I think they said they were developing Bell's palsy or something. I have to look.
Well, look at it like this. How many medicines we take when we're going through something and they have side effects?
They're not new medications.
You remember the other day we was watching TV and the medicine came on the screen and they was talking about how it can help you. But then at the very end, it had all these side effects. So, I mean, the vaccine ain't the first thing that has side effects.
It's not necessarily about the side effects. They don't know enough about it. They don't know the long-term effects of the vaccine. Like, it's new. All of this is new. And I'm not finna be that guinea pig to test it out on.
Well, they've already tested it on numerous of people.
Not enough. You don't know the effects. You just talking about these few months. What about a year from now or 2 years from now or 5 years from now? Like, it's not enough known about it to be getting the vaccine, to be injecting. And then they talking about all this different type of stuff in it. You don't know. No. That's okay. I'm not taking it. I'm going to be turning to the zombie apocalypse.
What if they paid you?
No.
No?
No.
And you know, we went through this. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but
no,
it's been bad for other folks.
No. Ain't no amount of money they could pay me to take the vaccine.
I'm thinking about taking it.
You crazy.
Well, let me tell
I'll
you
see
why.
what it do to you. I'm not taking it.
Let me tell you why, though. Because worrying about the coronavirus every day at work, where we going, I don't want to say it's ruining our holidays, but the holidays ain't the same no more. We're not spending it with our families. And I feel like this vaccine can kind of put things, you won't be as paranoid.
Yes, I will, because I'm putting this stuff in my body that they don't know much about. and it could be worse than even getting. You don't know what's gonna happen once you get that vaccine. And then it's talking about they're not sure yet. Well, part of what I've heard is they're not sure yet of how long it takes before like it kicks in or you have immunity from coronavirus. So, and then I think it's like just what I've heard. I haven't done a lot of research on it because I'm not really interested, but I've heard that it's 3 different shots you have to take, and apparently they're
Actually,
not sure yet of how long after you take it that you're immune from the vaccine.
They've been getting success.
Not enough. Not enough for me to do it. I need time, not no few
But this
months.
is going to put things pretty much as back to normal as possible.
You don't know that? How do you know that this vaccine worked? Like, you don't know that. People are getting other serious...
I'm reading the studies.
Yeah. From what, 2 months ago? Read the studies from... Let's wait till a year or something and then see.
You actually want to go through this a whole nother year?
Well, listen, whether it's going through this a whole nother year or putting this vaccine in my body that is not guaranteed or can cause me a lot of harm, yes, I will go through this another year and wear my mask and be A-okay.
I'm tired of wearing it.
And it's not so much about wearing a mask because, okay, this ain't necessarily going to solve the mask problem because just like you say, you may get it. I'm not. So.
Well, they were saying about the mask anyway that it don't protect you from COVID.
Certain types of masks are more effective than other types of masks.
Not the ones I be wearing. Them little surgical.
Those
things.
are the ones.
I'm not talking about them N95 things.
Yeah. So I think they say the least. And it depends on like the cloth mask, how thick the material is. Because watch them little videos where the people be like blowing out fire and they be having on some of them real super thin masks and you could blow right through it. So which means, stuff is coming straight through your mask if you can blow the fire out that easy. The surgical masks protect more than some of those thin cloth masks. And then N95 is supposed to be the best.
I'm thinking about taking the vaccine.
You crazy. Well, you stay on in this back
Because
room and we're going to monitor how...
I want to be around my family again.
Just because
you're going
to be around me and I'm not taking it.
I just want to be around my family again. My parents, my cousins. Holidays ain't the same no more, dude.
I think the problem is people are wanting like this instant gratification. You want something right now because you're tired, not really thinking everything through. So you put this vaccine in your body. But have you looked up some of the things about what people are getting Bell's palsy? Look that up.
How many
Look
times?
what Bell's palsy is.
How many times we do that anyway?
Do what?
That we just take stuff to help us out and not really worried about the long-term effects.
Like what?
We make decisions like that every day. How many times you done made a decision on your emotions or what's happening right now and you're not necessarily worried about the long-term effects? So why is this not the same situation?
Because some of these things are causing... Let me look here, go right here. Yeah, they're monitoring for Bell's palsy among the vaccine recipients.
Okay, they're just monitoring it. That don't mean that...
4 people given the new COVID vaccine in clinical trials developed Bell's palsy.
Okay, well,
and that's
4 people out of how many?
That's just what they know right now. That's why I say it's not. Bell's palsy may be a reaction to a viral infection, muscle weakness on one side of the face. Bell's palsy is characterized by muscle weakness that causes one half of the face to droop.
Well, I definitely don't want that.
Bell's palsy is not considered permanent, but in rare cases, it does not disappear. Currently, there is no known cure for Bell's palsy. However, recovery usually begins 2 weeks to 6 months from the onset of the symptoms. Most people with Bell's palsy recover full facial strength and expression.
Well, you'll be all right then.
Okay, in 6 months. So you're going to have Bell's palsy and recover in 6 months. I'd rather just wear my mask for another 6 months.
Well, I'm thinking about getting a vaccine.
That's not a good idea.
You know what's funny, though? I've never gotten a flu shot before.
Yeah, you want to get a coronavirus vaccine and haven't even got a flu shot.
I know, right? That is crazy. But
And flu shot been out way longer than corona vaccine.
right. Well,
And flu shot causes, has different
see?
things that it can cause too.
See?
But it's a longer research than these however many months that they've been working on it.
Say, man, it's been longer than it's been a year we've been going through this.
No, it has not been a year that it got like serious.
What?
Remember, it got serious around March.
Here, yeah, but
Well,
around the world.
I'm not talking about around the world. I'm talking about here.
I'm talking about period.
The U.S.
Well, let us know what y'all thinking.
I'm not taking it. He's going to be in this back room and I'm going to be watching.
What are your thoughts? Are you willing to take the vaccine?
Negative.
If it means putting things back to normal as much as possible.
We will never be back to the normal,
around,
the life as we knew it.
You're able to be around your family and your friends
you may
again.
die
You're
in 2
able
weeks.
to go. Ain't nobody died from that.
You don't know. Has the research been out long enough to show?
It's research there's people dying from coronavirus, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Let us know.
And the flu too. It's flu season. Get your flu shot if you want it. I don't, promote any vaccines, but if you want it, that's on you.
Hit us up. Let us know your thoughts. As you can hear, Shanika ain't about that life.
Negative, not at all. I'm not doing that.
Well, Westbrook is gone.
Okay.
You don't care about Westbrook?
Not necessarily.
I like Westbrook as a player. The only thing that I was critical on Westbrook about was the fact that he said he didn't watch film. And I'm like, come on, bro. How can you be a real good player and master your craft without watching film? Mm-hmm. And that's why Rondo is one of my favorite players, because he studies it constantly. And I really respect that. But at the same time, Westbrook is MVP. He's led the league in triple doubles, I think, 2 or 3 years in a row. I think he's a future Hall of Famer. But for some reason, James Harden cannot play with other superstars. He can't win with other superstars. They get close, they don't ever make it. I'm starting to think that James Harden may be the problem.
Well, if you're saying he can't play with other superstars, sounds like it, because how he gonna win?
I think his style of play is, if I'm a teammate of James Harden, the way he plays the game, it's not fun for me, because I'm doing one or two things. Either I'm going to rebound the ball when he shoot it, or I'm spotting up in the corner watching him dribble, either shoot or take it to the rack, or he'll pass it at the last minute and then I gotta shoot. I done lost my timing. I done lost my engagement, my rhythm. If I'm a hooper, I just don't like that type of style. And I think that's what's happening with all the greats that they brought in to play with Harden. He had Chris Paul, he had Dwight Howard, he had Westbrook. All of these guys are Hall of Famers in my opinion. And each of them, they couldn't make it work. I mean, they got close, but it was never to the potential. They never made it to
win.
To the big wins. They made it to the playoffs and stuff like that, but they never had some big wins. And Harden is an MVP player, and I just don't understand. But it's not all bad. We got a good player with John Wall. They traded John Wall for Westbrook. And I'm going to be honest, I like John Wall. I think he's a good player, a good point guard. I think he kind of brings the same things that Westbrook brought to the team, but in a smarter sense. I think the big thing with John Wall would be staying healthy. He's been hurt. He hasn't been able to stay healthy throughout his career. Every year it seems like he's getting some type of injury, and it's just putting him out for the rest of the season. So hopefully this year with the Rockets, he can stay healthy, because that's your greatest asset, is that you got to be available. And if you're not available, how can you help the team?
I have no idea who John Wall is.
Well, that's the guy they got for Westbrook. But anyway, James Harden is now asking for a trade. And I don't understand it because, well, I do understand that he wants to be on a contender. He wants a chance at a championship. But you supposed to be that dude. You supposed to lead your team to a championship, and now you want to go be a part of a team that already has superstars.
I mean, maybe he realized that he not that dude. He, just like you was saying about he can't play with other superstars and different things. I don't see how that's really solving his problem by being traded. I mean, if he can't play with other superstars, they ain't gonna never win. He's gonna have to change something with himself.
If I'm the Rockets, I don't trade James Harden. He has 2 years left on his contract. He just gonna have to play it out. We got a good team. We got John Wall. We got Boogie Cousins. We still have PJ Tucker. We still got Eric Gordon. We still got some good players. We got a good team. And I think that if I'm the Rockets, I don't trade him.
But is it going to be beneficial to the Rockets to keep him?
I think so, if we can still get him to play. If I trade him, I'm not just going to give him away. I got to get something in return that can fill that void. And James Harden is an MVP. So if I'm going to trade you to Brooklyn, which is one of the teams that he wanted to go to, bro, you're going to have to either give me Kyrie or KD. And I know you're not going to do that. He just added Miami to one of the teams that he wanted to get traded to. Well, I need Jimmy Butler. I need Bam Adebayo. I need some of your best players. And I know that's not going to work out for the teams that he want to get traded for. I'm not just going to take some role players for James Harden. I mean, think about the Texans. The Texans, if the Rockets just give away James Harden for some role players or some draft picks or something like that, who knows? They going to do exactly what the Texans did. They gave away their best player, DeAndre Hopkins. They traded him away. It's like, how do you just give away your best player? So the Rockets better not do that. They just can't give James Harden away. I'm going to need some good players in replacement. And I'm not just going to take any old thing. And again, James Harden has 2 years left on his contract. It's not no rush. He just going to have to. And another thing is, he opening up a restaurant in Houston.
Yeah, I'm not going if he leaves.
It's like, bruh, you might want to hold off on that restaurant, bruh, because you over here talking crazy, talking about you want to get traded and all of this here, bruh.
And Houston people gonna be the one have to support your Houston restaurant.
Exactly.
Take that to wherever else you going.
Exactly. He might want to hold off on that grand open. It's gonna be grand opening, grand closing.
Yeah, because I wouldn't go. You done left.
I think that Harden we got a good team. We got a new coach. We got a new system. He's putting a new system in place. I think that's another reason why James Harden may want to get traded, is because he know he's not going to be able to play the same way he's been playing for the past.
Well, it don't sound like the way he's been playing has been working. Maybe he needs to change something up. Just by going to another team don't necessarily solve the problem if you are the problem.
Right. Well, I think that him thinking that he could go to another team, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what his thinking is.
Who knows? I don't really care about him.
Well, hopefully the Rockets will figure it out. Hopefully. And he ain't been no training camp or nothing. I'll be on Instagram, and I'll be on the Rockets Instagram page, and they be hosting pictures of media day.
In their contracts, like, it's not like if they don't participate, they don't get paid.
That's a good question. I think they can get craziness. Fined. But it's just like in the NFL, like when those players hold out for training camp because they want a new contract and stuff like that. They can hold out as long as they can sustain, you know.
And they're getting fined.
Yeah, they'll get fined. They won't get their paychecks depending on how long they willing to.
Well, I would do that. Out. If you want to get fined and all this for 2 years, do it. You the one losing money. It'll be a rough 2 years for the both, but I wouldn't pay you if you're not participating. Yeah, you're going to get fined. You ain't getting your money. Let's see how long you like that.
Yeah, I just can't give James Harden away. I'm sorry. I got to get something in return. So we'll see what the Rockets do. They actually had their first preseason game the other night, and they look pretty good. John Wall has reunited with Boogie Cousins, DeMarcus Cousins. They played college basketball at Kentucky together, and they're trying to bring back some of that magic and some of that, kind of like when Hakeem and Clyde played college basketball together, and then Clyde came to the Rockets and we won that championship. Hopefully we can get something like that with these guys. Who knows? But we'll see.
We will.
As a coach, I have found I love my profession. I love what I do. I love being able to impact young lives. As a coach, I've realized that I'm not just coach, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I'm not just coaching the guys in a sport. It's so much more than that. It's life lessons. It's taking care of the kids. It's providing for them, mentoring the kids, pouring into their lives, wanting to see them grow up to be the best person that they can be. And I had a situation this season, my guys have been struggling with being proactive. That's one of the lessons that I'm trying to teach them this year, is to be proactive. A lot of times, these young athletes, they're reactive people. I'm going to give you an example. The other day, we were having practice, and one of the guys that were on the sideline, he was on the sideline, and practice was winding down. And I said, okay, well, go call your ride. You already know I'll be waiting for these parents to pick up their kids, and they be taking forever. I'll be ready to go home, but I have to wait until they get picked up. And so I tell him, yo, call your ride. Practice about to end. Your ride need to be here by the time practice ends. He says, okay. And so I'm sitting down, and I look back, and he's not doing nothing. And I said, did you call your ride? And he was like, nah. I was like, why not? He says, because my phone died. I said, okay, so why didn't you come over here and say something about that? Well, you were coaching, and I was just going to wait until you were done. And I'm like, so you wanted to wait until we're done to call your ride. So now I'm waiting after practice, waiting on you to get picked up, which is what I'm trying to prevent in the first place. And he was like, well, I was like, dude, you have to be proactive. What a proactive person would have done in that situation is says, okay, my phone died. You know what? Let me walk over here to coach and ask him, can I use his phone or something? Even though I'm in the middle of practice, hey coach, excuse me, I know you practicing right now, but can I use your phone? My phone died, so I can call my mom or my dad or whoever to come pick us up. And of course I would have said yeah. But too many times these kids, they're reactive kids. They wait for something to happen and then they react to it rather than going after it or making stuff happen. And I've been preaching that to my kids for the past couple of weeks now. It's like, y'all have to be proactive. Y'all can't just sit back and just wait for stuff to happen and then you react to it. It's just like their grades. Every year, some kids that's not doing good in class and they're struggling in class. And yet they wait until the last minute, the last day when grades got to go in to try and put forth effort or try to do something about their grades. It's like, why did you wait until the last minute? Why did you wait so long to come to us and say, or go to your teacher and say, I need some help, or can I make up these assignments that I missed? Like, why are you waiting until the last minute? You're reacting to the fact that, okay, you may not be able to play basketball no more. That time is now upon us. And you're just reacting to what's getting ready to happen. But a proactive person doesn't just wait and say, okay, let me wait until the report card, or let me wait until the progress report. No, you got to be in your teacher's face, messaging them, emailing them, doing whatever you can to pass your classes. Mm-hmm. A proactive person, they don't just sit back and wait for stuff to happen. They analyze stuff. They see it. They think ahead. Mm-hmm. And when they think ahead, they're able to maneuver things or change decisions or make decisions based on what can happen if this doesn't happen. Or if this happens, okay, then I can do this. They're always looking ahead. Mm-hmm. And I think that is a valuable aspect as a human being, that these kids, if they can learn that now, then that will save them. That will help them tremendously later on in life.
I think some of that they have to grow into. Not all kids think like that or have that kind of inner drive or desire, they need someone to push them.
Well, that's when I come in as a coach.
I mean, they are kids. Yeah, they may be like 16, 17, but they're not grown. They're not adults. Most cases, they're not just doing things for themselves. So I think they need help and assistance. One part I don't understand is the grades aspect. In my house, failing was not an option.
Right.
Like, I got in trouble if I got C's. Now, granted, school is something that I'm good at. Like, I got good grades, but it wasn't some things I struggle with, like math. Math was not, and it's still not, my subject. But, like, failing was not an option. And I think sometimes kids, like, everyone does not have the support system that I had or that I have.
Right.
And everyone does not have people to push them, because I don't understand how it is, because you get progress reports and report cards. I don't understand how you're failing at the report card.
But check this out. It's so much different from when you and I went to school in high school and now, because these kids can literally check their grades on their phone 24/7. You know, we ain't really know our grades unless we went and talked to the teacher or the progress report or the report card.
Yeah.
So, but these kids can actually look at this stuff on their phone 24/7. They could check it at all times. It's like, you want to play basketball, right? You want to play a sport, right? You want to be a part of a team. Well, you have to do what you have to do in order to be a part of the team. You can't just sit back. And I tell these guys this. I said, man, why are you coming to practice for what? You're not going to be a part of the team if you don't pass your classes. I don't understand it. You here at practicing with the team, learning these plays, learning what to do on defense, learning what to do on offense. You're learning the game. However, but it won't help you because you won't be available.
Yeah. Again, like I say, all kids, you have at early age, you have leaders and you have followers. You have people who are going to stand out and are going to do things without extra encouragement or extra things, but that's rare. You don't have a lot of kids who, and I don't want to say who don't think for themselves, but they may not apply certain things at a young age. Like, it takes them growing up and learning and figuring things out and have people in their life to push them to do things.
Well, see, that's why I take my job seriously.
Yeah.
And I understand that it's not just about coaching. It's about all the things that you just said. I'm a part of their support system now. I know that I have to stay on top of them about their grades and about a bunch of other stuff. My job, or one of the things that I'm pushing right now, is for these guys to be proactive. Don't just sit back and wait. Make moves,
Yeah.
Don't just wait until the last minute, or don't wait to find out what time is practice. Ask your coach when it's practice. Don't wait until your teacher tells you your assignment is coming up. Ask them, what is the next assignment? What do I need to do? How can I become better at this? Or how can I learn this? Or how can I be the best that I can be? I mean, and they do it sometimes. Mm-hmm. They'll come up to us and they'll say, they'll be like, hey, coach, what part of my game do I need to work on?
Mm-hmm.
Or what do I need to do in order to do this? And it's in them, but they only bring it out with things that interest them.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like, if basketball is one of your interests, then again,
stay on top of your grades so you can play. But part of that is learning responsibility. The kids have to learn responsibility. It's like, if I don't do this won't happen. If my grade's not good, I can't play basketball. And I just think some of it has to be learned. Yes, some of the kids should think, more and be more responsible and think about these things. But I think the reality, some kids, they just don't. And it depends. Like I say, I grew up in a very supportive household. So my upbringing may be different from a lot of people's, where some people had to figure stuff out on their own or may not have had as much support.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. I know you're not a coach, but since you're on this topic, how long do you use that as an excuse?
I think
how long do you...
Well, like I say, you have some people...
Are you going to keep making excuses for these kids?
No, I'm not making excuses for the kids, but then to me, at the end of the day, their kids. They're not adults yet. Like once you start talking about you an adult, you're responsible for yourself and responsible for all the aspects in your life, then yeah, like some of that stuff, you gonna have to let that go and figure it out, because ain't nobody gonna baby you in the world. Like no one is gonna baby you. But then at the same time with kids, things mold them. Their life, their environment, different things mold them. And you have people who are young, who are kids, who don't let those things affect them, and they strive higher than others. But I'm saying that's not for everyone. Sometimes they take a little more encouragement. They take a little more pushing them
right
into the right direction.
But my thing is, if they're not doing what they need to do, I can't continue to accept because this person didn't have this type of upbringing or this person had to deal with this. I can't continue to accept that and just say, okay, I understand you going through some stuff, and just let whatever his behavior is.
You teach them. I think when you're younger, you kind of get a pass, for lack of a better word, with some of those things, because some things in your situation are not your fault.
But don't get me wrong. I believe in second chances, third chances, fourth chances, fifth chances, sixth chances. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. Thank God that he gave me 1,000 chances. I mean, not necessarily 1,000, but you know what I'm saying. It's just for an example. I don't know if you saw this video. High school kid playing football in the middle of the game. I got thrown out. He gets so upset. He runs back on the field and runs over the referee. Hit him like he was in the middle of a football game. And I'm like, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
And just like I said, I believe in second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chances. However, I feel like his second or third, fourth, fifth chance, however many he has had up to this point, I don't think he needs any more chances in the game of football. Not playing it. Mm-hmm. Now, he can become a coach or something like that and use that example to teach future kids to say, look, don't do what I did.
Mm-hmm. What grade is this boy in?
He in high school.
Like what?
I don't remember what grade. But what I'm saying is, bruh, your football career would be over with me, because that's zero. I have zero tolerance for that type of stuff. And yeah, you can't play no more, but you still can be a part of the game in a different aspect that can help other kids that deal with those type of anger issues or whatever he was going through.
Yeah, I think with that instance, he should be, I don't know if I say he can never play football again. I would say,
last chance you.
No, I would. Well, he's in high. That's the thing. He's in high school, so I would say, whatever the rest of the season is, he can't play for that. He would have to prove himself to play again.
Not only he cost his team the playoff game, like they had to forfeit.
Yeah,
they would kick.
Like I said, I would whatever, depending on he would have not be able to play the rest of the season. If he's a senior, say he got a scholarship to school or something, he would not be able to play his freshman year. I believe there should be consequences for his actions. Now, to say he's not going to grow and develop and learn from his mistakes, I don't know that. But let's say he does. Say he's out. He's a senior right now. Say he's out his whole freshman year. Then he comes back his sophomore year, maybe have learned from his mistakes and has changed and becomes a better person. Now, if it happens again.
I understand that, but it won't be on that football field with me. I mean, you can be one of the managers. You can be one of the water boys, or you can be an assistant, but absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily agree with it. I believe in consequences, just like the kids with the grades. If you're not passing, the consequence is you can't play basketball for the rest of the season or whatever it is. I believe in consequences. When I say, people have to be taught and molded things, that doesn't mean they just can do whatever and it's okay. I do think there needs to be consequences, but I don't think a high schooler, there should be consequences for his actions. But to say he can never in life play football again, I don't know, because think about when we were in high school and do you do stupid stuff. Now, I may have not got to the magnitude of this, But people evolve, people grow, people learn from their mistakes. And he may be turned around to be a great football player, a mentor, all kinds of stuff. But I don't think just saying right now at this age he should be never play again. Now, if you say he's in college, then that's different to me. Well, yeah, I would agree with he don't need to play no more. But a high schooler, I think there should be consequences. Like he can't play, like I say, he can't play the rest of the season or the next season or whatever. And he would have to prove himself to be able to play again.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house! When I step on the field.
All right, welcome to the 3-Day Weekend Podcast. This is our game for this week.
Yes.
Okay. So this is what's going to happen. We have a contestant with us. Go ahead and introduce yourself, contestant.
Hello, my name is Leah.
Hey, Leia.
Welcome to the 3-Day Weekend Podcast. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. We're going to play this game. You're going to have 60 seconds. We are going to read you clues of 2 different categories, and we have to get you to guess the clue, I guess.
Yeah, the answer.
The answer. And whoever has the most at the end, that person wins.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
I'm ready.
All right. So let me put 1 minute on the clock.
All right. Are you
have
ready, Leia?
Go.
Our topic is going to be movies you have to watch at least once in your life.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
All right. Here you go. Ready? You have 1 minute. Ready?
Well, are these black movies or Disney? Is there a category?
It's like movies everyone should see.
So possibly something I've not seen. Okay.
Okay. You have 1 minute to get as many as you can.
Okay.
All right. Go.
So this movie's the characters are Rose and Jack. They're on a big ship over water.
Titanic.
This one, the star is named T'Challa.
Wakanda Forever.
The name of the movie.
Black Panther.
This one, it's about a singing group. Beyonce's in
Hey,
it.
girl.
This one, it has Whitney Houston, and the man is protecting her.
Bodyguard.
This one, it has Eddie Murphy. He came to where we are from another country. He's a prince looking for a wife.
Oh my God. Coming to America. That's my favorite movie.
This one is about like dinosaurs.
Jurassic Park.
This one is about a black man. He is dating a white woman, and they go. I think she takes him like to his house, to her house or something. And it's supposed to be kind of
Time.
Oh, that was slow describing.
How many did you get? How many did she get?
We got 6. The last one was Get Out. I was trying to think of what else happened in the movie.
The number to beat is 6. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so.
And that other one was Grease.
Okay. I probably wouldn't have got.
That's what I told her.
I like Grease.
All right.
Well, I probably would have gotten it with better descriptions. I don't
Listen
quite
now.
know what the descriptors are here that Shanika's doing.
The category is, this is the highest paid actors of 2020. You ready?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Ready, set, go. Okay, he's a wrestler. He's big and he ball.
The Rock.
Correct.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yes. Okay, he played Deadpool. And he dang, what else was he in? He was in Wolverine and skip that. All right, he was in Four Brothers. He's from Boston. He big
Jaquan.
No, he's got skip.
Tyrese.
No. Okay, he played Batman and the last
Keanu Reeves.
No. Oh Lord. I'm about to lose. Skip that. Okay, Fast and the Furious, the bald dude. Big swole dude.
Vin Diesel.
Correct. Oh, Bad Boys for Life.
Will Smith.
Correct.
Time. I win. Was that other one Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
And it was somebody else. Christian Bale.
No, Ryan Reynolds.
You said Batman.
Mark Wahlberg.
That was
Ben
Batman.
Affleck.
That's who I was thinking of.
If
Mark
you say
Wahlberg.
Batman, I definitely wasn't thinking Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
He should have never played Batman.
I was not thinking Ben Affleck at all.
I was thinking Christian Bale.
Yeah, that was.
I didn't even know Keanu Reeves was Batman.
No, ma'am, he was not.
All right, Shanika beat me, but it's all good. It's all good. Thank you for playing with us today. Anything you want to
Do
say?
I have a prize or?
Your prize is being on the 3-Day Weekend podcast.
Thank you for this opportunity. I look forward to it again.
All right, bye. Thank you.
Bye.